Hello, world. We'll see how this goes. This window is where I want it to be. This window. I think the stream window right behind that window is annoying. I'm moving that. No. Put that there. There. It's good. Okay. You are live. There's no proof. None whatsoever. How do I sound? How does everything sound? How does everything feel? How does everything smell? This stream is brought to you with Smell-O-Vision. So you are going to experience the full stream girth. You can actually see my numbers if the window wasn't just like barely covering it. Oh my god. So, my mouse cursor is completely distracting me. So, interesting thing about this is that this, oh my god, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because this is a point and click game, I have to use the mouse, although I think it might support the controller, but I'm not sure how that works. But as I am, you're gonna see how awful this mouse is. It's a piece of garbage mouse. So as I'm clicking on the window border to try and bring the window back into focus, because I'm moving my windows around, it will just randomly double click, which makes the window enlarge and fill the screen. So I clicked it one time. It's so consistent. And when I was testing this, I would click to move forward, and it would move me forward twice randomly. So you'll get to experience that as well and see just how infuriatingly shit my mouse actually is. Anyway, I sound fine. How do I sound now that I've been raging? I hate this mouse so much. This mouse is an absolute piece of garbage. What is wrong with Logitech mice? And the keyboards. They just suck. They absolutely suck. Were they ever good? I've been told that they're one of the best brands. I've never seen it. Never in my life. I don't know if I've ever had a Logitech mouse that lasted more than 3 months before it started developing garbage. Anyway. I should not start the stream off angry. It's the exact opposite of what the stream is supposed to be. But it might infuriate me to the point that I might actually end up trying to use the controller. Does it even do anything? It doesn't. It told me that it did. It said that it had controller support. I'm curious. Whatever. How's it going? I do have a PS4 controller, yes. It said that it was actually set up for a PS4 controller, but I'm remapping it through Steam, it told me, so it said the glyphs might be wrong. Pretty sure that was this game. That's when I was testing it last night. Because this is on Scum VM. And I could play the Sonic controller. I don't see why I couldn't. It might be a little bit weird. I mean, I don't care. You just move the analog stick to move the cursor. It'll be fine. PS4 controller has the touchscreen. Oh, that's right. Man, I never use that anymore. It's not working, though. Might be because it's being remapped in Steam. Wonder if I can change that when it's running. mean, I could probably restart it. Because I didn't resize the window or anything, so I don't think it would mess up. Settings. Controller. PlayStation 4 controller. Xbox Extended Feature Support driver is installed. You're gonna press the subscriber button that explodes everything? I wasn't aware of that feature. Thank you for subscribing. I don't see anything specifically that I would change that would affect anything as far as I'm aware. I don't know. I'm gonna try the mouse. It's going to be infuriating, but we'll give it a shot. See how it goes. Welcome to the stream, last first. You're the first last person here. So, I don't have a clue where this is going to go. I don't have a ton of time to stream it, but I wanted to do this because today is my dad's birthday, and he's no longer with me as of about a year ago, pretty much. Hello, welcome to the stream. Moonshoes22. But my dad is no longer with me, and this was a huge thing for us when I was whatever age when it came out. Probably like 14 or so. We used to play this a lot. We had a notebook where we just wrote everything down. We would go through the game, try to solve all the puzzles. Which, you know, feels very funny looking at it now because it's like... I mean, people still say it's a really difficult game. But compared to what's out there now, it's pretty simple. But whenever I think back to Myst, I think back of when we used to play it. Over the course of like 2 years, Myst and Riven. So, because this is his birthday today, I thought it would be appropriate to go back to this for a little bit. But I have no idea how far I'm going to get into this. We'll see. I also might totally click the wrong button and shut the whole stream off. That would be good. And also because this is an older game, not widescreen, so it's going to be a little bit of black barness going on. Black barness. Oh, there we go. The double click is already happening. So you're going to see how terrible this mouse is as I try to click anything. Just double clicks and cancels itself out. It's going to be so much fun for a mouse-driven game. Can you see the cursor? You can. Cool. All right. Hello? Yes. Said hello. Did you not hear me? Hello? All right. Let's get into this. I've got my secret backseat gamer with a guide open because I didn't have time to dig my actual paper guide that I have out of the closet. So just in case I need some assistance. Oh, and also we're listening to the Riven soundtrack right now, which is definitely one of my absolute all-time favorite games. And I love the aesthetic and the soundtrack so much. We're going to shut that off now and listen to the much more blaring Myst soundtrack, which I might need to lower. Let me do that preemptively. You can let me know if it's going to end up being too quiet. So Riven is gone, and now we enter Myst. I do. Let me know if this is way too loud.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed. I must admit, however, such conjecture is futile.
Such conjecture is futile.
Questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close.
Nobody speaks like this.
Perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
And we've got all the jump cuts when the full motion videos would end and the actual game would start. Oh no. Oh, there we go. That's a good start. Alright, so this is a linking book, which I always thought this concept was really cool. It's basically there's a race of people called the Dini, who have the magical ability to write books, which create worlds, and you can write linking books, which will then bring you into those worlds. And this is one of those that brings you into the island of Myst, which is a tiny island for some reason. I've tried to crop this in a way where I think it looks right. It looks okay. Because the window that I'm looking at has actually got black bars on the top and the bottom. Alright, so, how's the audio? Is it blaring? Should I lower it a little bit? Audio's fine? Okay. It's a little loud on my speaker. I think I should maybe turn the speaker down. No, I'll leave it. I might turn it down. Alright. So over here we have a sunken boat. We can raise that boat up and go to the whatever age? I don't remember the name of the age. I don't remember the name of the ages at all, actually. So the gear goes to the mechanical age, right? And there's the Celentic age. And those are the only ones I remember. You've got the guide, so you can tell me. Then I think normally one of the first things you do is you go down in here and you look at the message from Atris to his wife, because he expects his wife, Catherine, to be the one that's here, but it's not me. Alright. I think I need to enter the number of marker switches on the island over here. Which... Oh. I'll say, yeah, if you enter these, you can watch those other videos. So, topographical extrusion test. It's 40. So if you put 40 in here. And go back to the little visualizer. I think. Also, the volume is actually shaking the couch with how loud it is. There's your topographical extrusion test. Which I think is actually a terrain map that they created for Myst with the software that they used. They just decided to throw it in there. But you're supposed to enter the number of marker switches on the island. Is that 19? Backseat guide watcher? It's not 19. That seems way too much. Is it 16? Or is it like 9? You got the rocket ship. You've got the gears. You've got the other ship. You've got the clock. You've got the cabin. That's 5. 6 maybe in the center. Is it 6? I feel like it's 9 something. I'm gonna have all sorts of like completely random memories coming back to me that are only partially formed. Like, how do I know this? I don't know. It's just in my head. Can't remember what the number is, though. It's 8. Ah, I was 1 off. I was 1 off. It's alright, we'll do 8. Thank you. This is why I had you look up the guide.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return. But if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, wait, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
What's this game about? So I think what I don't remember exactly how the events occur, but the intro movie that you watched was literally the linking book to this island hurling through space and time, basically. And it was supposed to end up somewhere else, and it was supposed to be Atris, who was that guy that we just watched, wife, Catherine, who was supposed to get it and come to the island. Um, but that didn't happen, and somehow you ended up with it, and you're just some random dude. So the idea is that you found the linking book and linked yourself to this island where suddenly everything is in disarray and it's just a mystery mist of what is going on. And basically, it was Atris and his two sons, Cirrus and Achenar, who we just mentioned there, who I guess were on the island together. And there's a lot of backstory that develops, you know, the plot, the lore of what happened. But the long and short of it is that his two sons trapped him, and he's currently in a dungeon, though you don't really know that yet. But kind of the point of the game is to go around and uncover all of this information, and try to make a determination on which of the two sons you think is innocent. Because you can free one of the three characters, his two sons or Atris, because they're all trapped in these, I forget what they call the trap books, but they're all basically stuck. And they can only get out if somebody else links in and takes their place. So you have to go through and figure out which of those three people you trust the most and free the one that you think should be freed. That's kind of the overall point of the game. Should we look at these other ones? Why not? 67. But it has been, I have no idea, 20 years, 22 years since I have actually played through this. Beautiful. In the original, it was actually like Apple.move videos. Oh, whoops, I have to look at the number. So you can actually see little squares. That, okay, mouse. Alright, never mind. I don't need to see them. You free them by taking a place. Yes. So they have a linking book. I'll show you, actually, because we can go right over to the library. And this is actually probably going to be very painful to listen to, so I might want to turn the game volume down. And this is kind of the first letter you're supposed to find when you're walking into the island. It says, Catherine, I've left for you a message. And when I started this game last night to test it, I misread this as Catherine, I've left you, and I couldn't stop laughing. He like, just leaves a note there telling his wife that he left him. I don't know. I was tired. Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our 4-chamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on the island, which is what I did. Into the imager to retrieve the message. Cool. Also, I was telling my secret Steam viewer guide guy that there is a secret Easter egg in this game. So these are the marker switches. These weird little boxes here. And as we established, there are 8 of them on the island. If you flip all of them on, except for the very last one over here, my mouse is just going to double click up here. You can actually flip this one off, as in down, and it'll open up and give you the game-ending item that you need. So you can literally just beat this game in like 4 minutes if you want. Anyway, I think I need to... I think the idea is that you will put them all up as you're exploring, and you're supposed to do that one last, but yeah. Mouse? Anyway. So this is the library. And what I was saying I might need to turn the volume down for is... So, these are the books. This blue one here, and this red one here is Cirrus and Achenar. I can't remember who's in which book. But they're trapped in those books, and I guess the idea is that it reminds me of the VeggieTales Mystery Island game I played when I was 4. It might have been so inspired by this. But the idea is that those books are kind of very miniature worlds that were written to trap the people inside of them. And I believe it was Atris that did that. I don't think you're supposed to know that, really. But he trapped both of his sons into each of these books and then ripped the pages out. So you can't really communicate with them. And so the whole idea of the game is that you're going to go to the 4 different worlds. And in each of the worlds, you can get a page for Cirrus and you can get a page for Akinar, which is kind of painful because it means you've got to go to each one twice because you can only carry 1 page for some reason. And each time you put a page into one of these books, the reception becomes clearer because it's kind of like a video call. So when I first do this, it's just like pure static and it's going to be very painful to listen to. So I'm actually going to turn my volume down. Not that much. I'll turn it up a little bit in OBS. Alright. So if I open this up, I think before you put the initial page that they put beside it into it, you'll get nothing but static. Yeah. It's weird. It's the 90s. It's fine. So you drag this page, you put it in there. And now... that's generally all you get. You do the same over here. Same thing. Zoomers can't comprehend the VHS book static. It's kind of true, actually. This is Akinar then, okay. So the backstory of these 2 sons, I think, is essentially that they're just evil and were burning worlds. I think they burned his books here. This is, these used to just be all of his books that I think he wrote, and they just burned all of them. And I don't... It's going to be so painful to read. I can barely see this. So I probably have to skip reading the majority of the books. But that was one of the cool parts of this game, was just going through and reading all the books, all the backstory. But some of these aren't burned. But I'm going to kind of speed through this, I guess, which is why. And this is the button combination that you push for the worst puzzle in the game, which is the rocket ship. Maybe I should do that one first. So my mouse double clicks. This is the ship. This is my favorite age. I like this one. Stone Ship Age. Stone Ship Age. I need to find this constellation. Not that constellation. Okay. No, I've got to raise the boat. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, anything that's listed here, I need to enable on the signs in the courtyard here. So we got leaf, flamingo, arrow, cross, spider, snake, eye, and anchor. Let me see if I remember correctly. Here's the end of the game as well. You just get inside this fireplace, you drop the door down. If I can remember how to do that. Oh, it's over here. And then you draw a pattern. And the pattern that you have to draw is in a book somewhere. And then if you do that, you'll actually go to where Atris is trapped. Mouse, please. Oh my god. I apologize for the mouse. I can't do anything about it. It's just awful. Alright. So we have Flamingo, so we can click that. Lovely noise, yes. It was the 90s. Audio engineering was different in the 90s. Did we have a leaf? I forget. I don't think we did. had that. We had that. We had spider. And this one, snake, we had that. Ah, mouse. That's why I was afraid to play this. Did we have eyeball? I think we did, right? Am I insane? Just let me go, we had. Did we not have eyeball? Do I sound like a lunatic already? Let me see. What book was it? Was it this one? We did have eyeball. We had anchor, snake, eyeball. Right across. Am I missing a cross? Is that what I need? Should one of those have a cross on it? I feel like I clicked on all of them. If I did not click on the leaf, because we don't have the leaf. Arrow. This one, there we go, cross. But nothing has happened. Do I need to activate the switch? And this is the entire point of the game. It's trying to figure things out. I think I'm on the right track, right? I don't need to do the generator, because the generator that's over here is for opening the rocket ship door over there. So I think all I need to do is the glyphs for this ship. So what am I missing here? Secret backseat guide viewer. What am I missing? There's also a lot of backstory about his sons. And the ages, and why he wrote them, or I found them. I guess there's a theory that nobody actually writes any of the worlds. They just exist already, and you just happen to write a book that matches perfectly one of the infinite number of worlds that already exist. It's very interesting how deep the lore of the series goes. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, and it looks as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. The rocket was built has sunk 40 to 50 centimeters. Leaf. So we do have a leaf. Doesn't that mean we just have all of them then? So maybe I'm not correct in thinking that's what we had to do. I don't remember where the leaf was. Is it this one? Is it the one next to it? Leaf. Yeah. Alright, I don't remember what to do. So these have constellations with them. So because they have constellations, I believe I have to use the constellation chair. But I don't remember how that matches up to this. So I thought the constellation chair was for the rocket, but maybe it's not. And that is this dentist chair that is over in this building. you look up into this thing and you set dates, which I don't think is going to be something I'm going to be able to do at all without having to sit there and read through tons of stuff. It should be pretty simple. Oh, you can turn the lights out, I forgot. For the aesthetics. But it should be pretty simple to figure out without doing that. But I don't remember how. Does it involve the tower rotation? Do I need to do that? Because there's a secret in this room. You click on this painting over here, which is a painting showing you this bookcase being lowered into the ground so that you can walk through it. Takes you to this tower rotation. Which is a very spooky part of the game for some reason. I always thought this looked very intimidating when I was younger. Walk around. Wow, if my mouse would let me. I can't remember. Is it the constellation chair that actually controls the tower rotation? It's like you point it to some constellation and the tower rotates towards it. I think I would remember that, but I don't. It's been way too long. See, I'm sure it explains everything in these books, but I can't really go through the process of reading these. Very difficult for me to read for some reason. So which one of the glyphs should I have active to get the ship to unsink? So I thought it was all of them, but I guess it's not. I'm just stupid. That's just all the glyphs that there are. I feel like snake is one of them. I don't think leaf is one of them. I feel like anchor's probably one of them. Hmm. Did I not click that one? I think I did. Secret backseat Steam viewer. You're not helping me. You gotta make me look this up on my own. Which glyphs for the Stone Age? Kind of hard to parse what I'm reading in the guides. I just want to know what the glyphs I need to push for the Stone Age to raise the ship. You keep doing things, Edge. I'm going to recommend them. Myst. Stone Age. Raise ship. L1, L2, L3, L4, R1, R2, R3, L4. Sonky.com. It's up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. B, A, B, A, start. Stone ship age. When you arrive, you are on the deck of a ship. This is when you're actually in the stone ship age. I want to raise the ship. Okay. Rotate the tower. In the library on Myst, look at the painting of Myst Island, blah, blah, blah. Go up to the ladder. And look through the clue for the sunken ship, which is October 11th, 1984, January 17th, 1207, and then they give you times. So you take these and you put them in the constellation chair, and you see the constellations, and you match those up to the constellations that are in the book, which you can then match up with a glyph, which you can then push here. That's how that works. So you're supposed to actually take notes, like copy the stuff down in the books, and then go do all of that. But I'm trying to kind of shorten this so I can go through it, but also still do it. Bug, snake, leaf, you think it is. That sounds right. That does sound familiar. I say, but anything you say would probably sound familiar. Bugs, so bug. Which is not a spider, I realize. Bug, snake. And leaf is this one. I didn't hear anything, no. Did I leave something else enabled? I did. There we go. And now, with the power of button pushing, we have raised the little miniature ship. And, by extent, we've also raised the big ship. And now we can go to the Stone Age. Stone Ship Age. I love the door sound effects. Just a book in here on the world's most comfortable chair. Look how luxurious that is. I also love the calming music that plays. This is the game that got me into game development and wanted me to do game development so badly. Drove me insane trying to figure out how they made this game. And I like the analogies here of basically these linking books and creating worlds is basically the same thing as programming, writing code, and actually creating a game world. Maybe I should have you walk me through the ages. Just like, if you go to a guide for the Stone Ship Age now, just tell me what to do. We'll just walk through it that way. It'll probably be better. That sounded aggressive. I feel like it becomes nighttime here as well. And now the way back is flooded, so you're trapped here. That's the end of the game. I always liked this. Just two precarious boards on pointy rocks that go over to this little umbrella thing with buttons. They control pumps, I think, that lower the water, drain the water out of the different areas. It's so weird. Nothing in this game makes sense. Like, down there is a chest that you can unlock with this key, I think, but you can't unlock it because the water is up. It's so weird. Or, no, something... Maybe this floats and it goes up there? I don't know. Figure it out. This has a really cool room as well down here, but I have to empty this water out first. So I think the first thing I want to do is go over here, and I don't know if these are active already. Yes, they are. Okay. World made by and for adventure game developers, yes. So what did that pump the water out of? That pumped the water out of the... Yep, down here. Oh, this is the cool area. Okay. So, an interesting story that I will never forget about this area. The sound that you're listening to. Because this is an old school game. Like, this is basically old school indie. They did everything for this game. They did all the music, all the sound effects, everything. So, there's a behind the scenes video of this sound specifically. They said it was the worst sound that they ever did. They absolutely hated recording it. And the only way that they could get something they thought sounded satisfying was by sticking a hose into a toilet and blowing into it to get the correct bubbly reverb sound. So every time I'm down there, I just think of a toilet. It's great. There's literally 3 grown men blowing bubbles in a toilet right now. That's what you're listening to. In the clock age, they smacked 2 wrenches together and slowed it way down to get the chime of the clock. This game absolutely fueled my desire to get into game development so badly. Let's click the middle one. In the age before sound effect libraries, well, they still existed, but they wanted to do their own thing. Okay, that is not this. So there's this, and then this little staircase here. So this is cleared out now. And exceptionally dark. My god. Oh, I think we can turn on a light at some point. I hope so. I'm pretty sure I can send power down there. So there's this. Ooh. Different music. These games are known for their awesome music. Is it possible to lose die? Yes, at the very end. Because, spoiler alert, Cirrus and Akinar are both complete unhinged lunatics. So if you free either of them, you swap places with them, you're trapped permanently in the book. It's kind of cool to see because you exchange places with them. So you are now trapped and you see them through the other side of the book and they just mock you and tell you that you are a moron for believing them. Because as you gradually get more pages to put into the books to communicate with them, they can kind of see more clearly what's going on, and then they try to actively manipulate you to try and convince you that the other brother is the one that's insane that did all the stuff, but in reality it was both of them. So it's kind of a red herring in a way, because the game tells you that you need to free either Cirrus or Akinar. You've got to figure out which one of the 2 sons is innocent, but in reality they're both just assholes, and they imprison their father, who's the 3rd secret prisoner, which I think you kind of figure out as you go through stuff. So yeah, you can lose by freeing either of the 2 sons. You're supposed to free Atris. Did I say Akinar? I meant Atris. So my double-clicking mouse is not letting me look through this. It's just painfully. It's out letting the cursor leave this little box. Look for something of significance. I think it's a lighthouse. Maybe not. Double-clicking mouse is hard mode. Double-clicking mouse is infuriating. I'm just gonna let you tell me, like, if I need to know anything. Okay, so the lighthouse is at 135. So remember that, I guess. I love the little umbrella. Like, why? If it's raining, you don't want to get wet when you're right there, but the whole... No. It's a great world design. You gotta go study. Enjoy the Myst, John Wick. Alright, thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your studying. I am enjoying this. I'm a little bit nervous because this is a difficult game to stream, because this is a game that requires thinking, and streaming and thinking don't go together very well. But it's okay. Also, how infuriating is the clicking of my mouse in the background? Can you hear that? It's bothering me. Did I activate all these already? No. Okay, let's do the left one. Or the right one. Sorry. Can't think when I'm streaming. I get left and right mixed up anyway. I'll have to be streaming for that. So that should clear out the lighthouse. Okay, so up here we've got a trapdoor that is locked. If we look down, now this water is clear, so we can climb down this staircase. And we've got this chest, which I think what I need to do... I think this chest is full of water, and you unplug it here, drain the water, and then the chest floats when you raise the water up. And then the key that is attached to the ground up there will reach and unlock this. Will give you another key, which you can then unlock the trapdoor above. Why? I don't know. Adventure game. That's why. Obviously. Make sure that you close it up so it doesn't fill right back up with water. Go up the spirally staircase. And very quickly, because your mouse triple clicks. Helpful. Let that again. For the most part, like I was saying, this game's not really difficult, especially when you already kind of know things. There's just a couple of things that are, like, you know, knowing what glyphs to put in to get here. And the Salentic Age is just awful. That's why reading the guide is so weird, because you have to do 500 things to do one action. Yeah, it's fine. The guide is probably not going to help with the Salentic Age, because the reason it's a problem... if you look at it, you'll know. So that's the one where you're pushing the keyboard to play music, to play tones. And you're supposed to match tone. So you have a keyboard and you push the keys in the rocket ship to get to the age. But if I'm not mistaken... No, okay, so here, what it is. You've got a keyboard and you push the keys. It's all before you go to the age, actually. So you push the keys and they play a tone. And then you have sliders that play different tones, and you're supposed to position the sliders to match the tone of the key that you played. And you have to get it precise, like down to the hertz of frequency. It's awful. And when I was running through the options in this, which is the Myst Masterpiece Edition, one of the things that I saw was allowing more deviation in that puzzle to make it easier, so I've enabled that. So hopefully that won't be that bad. But a guide won't even really help you with that, because you've got to try and match the pixel-perfect slider position. Anyway, unlock this chest now. And grab the other key. And there's no real inventory system in this game. I don't think there was an inventory system... I don't even know if Exile had it. It might not have been until, like, Revelations, if that even had it. I've actually never played Revelations. It's the one Myst game I've never played. I've always wanted to. It looks really cool. But generally, and this is why you can only carry one page, because you click it, and then it's in your cursor, and you're just carrying that in your cursor as your one item, because, you know, adventure game, you can't carry more than one piece of paper. Anyway, 135, I remembered. So, we've got a battery, we've got a dynamo. Somehow it is so effective. I guess it's not a battery, it's a capacitor bank. We just charge up the capacitor bank. That gives us light so we can go down that staircase again. And I believe the 2 pages, the one for Cirrus, the one for Akinar, I'll just sit here and crank this for a while. We'll be down there below the staircase, and we can choose one or the other. I believe if I grab one and return, and then come back here. It's pretty straightforward to just grab the next one and then go back again. Just if you want to see all of the videos of Cirrus and Achenar as they become clearer. Alright, we're fully charged. Great. I do love this game. It is what it is. Back in 1993, when this first came out, this was a phenomenal way to spend your time, especially with my dad. We just went through this place, saw all the cool stuff, tried to figure out what in the world was going on, wrote down everything in notebooks, talked about it when we weren't playing it. It was great. It was the first one. Or was it the first one? Well, the first one was the ship. Or it was the middle one, right? Because it was already set. Right? I just forgot because I was in the lighthouse. Oh my god, mouse. There we go. At one point, my cousin also came over and tried to play it with us. Look at this luxurious hotel room. Beautiful. So much detail went into this. They hand-modeled every single thing in this game. This is, again, 1993. So all of this had to be hand-modeled and then rendered painfully slowly on the computers of that time. If I remember, is there a drawer here? No. This would be another age that has a drawer. So normally... Oh, there we go. I think the other one might have a video of Cirrus or Achenar. So normally, in each of the ages, Cirrus and Achenar have their own rooms. I don't think that's the case here, if I remember correctly. I think this is just the one room, and the drawer has both pages. Might be wrong. 1993 would be pre-3DS Max, so I wonder what program they used. Again, this game fueled my passion to figure out how to develop games. So, at some point, I went through and found every single piece of software that they used to make this game, because I was so relentlessly trying to find out how in the world they did it. I can't remember what 3D programming tool that they used. It might also say in the credits at the end. I think there is a list of some of the programs that they used. But if you remember a program called Terrigen, it was a height map generation program, which is probably still out there. It was out there for a while. And you could generate terrain maps and then render scenes of them. Which they used something similar to that to do the Myst Island and everything. If it's on here, when I'm done streaming, I should look back and see if the behind the scenes videos are available. If not, you can find them on YouTube, I'm sure. You can watch them on YouTube. But they were really cool. I might need to do something and get that to turn into a video I can play. So, we got the drawer here. Ooh, a knife. And questionable paraphernalia. There's backstory to all of this. I can't really read the papers. I don't know why the text looks so weird to me. I would sit here and just like read everything. Mouse, please. We got this drawer. Got coins, gems, fine china, eyeglasses, rolls of fabric, completely empty drawer, and a page for Achenar? No, Cirrus. Cirrus was the red, right? Alright, so we've got a Cirrus page. Where is Achenar's page? Or did I miss a room? Do they have separate rooms? Let's go and see. I might have missed like a little spot. Missed. Ha. Like over. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Oh, secret door. Yes, I remember this now. Toilet bubbles. Oh. Alright. You push the wrong button. You blow the fuse. The power goes off. You can't see. You might have to tell me which one of those buttons to push. But for the moment, let's go back and put this page in. I can't remember how. Or wait a minute, is that how you get to back to put the page in? Ooh, it might be. Actually. Cannot see anything here. Alright, I have to go and charge the stupid power again. One of those two ways is how you get back. How many games make use of the cursor like this to actually show you carrying an item? Feels like such a dead concept. Alright, we're charged. Which one do I have active right now? Oh my god. I have the lighthouse active. Mouse, please. Do you believe me now? Do you believe how awful my mouse is? Do you see the pain? You're witnessing it. Firsthand. Oh my god. This mouse needs to go into a garbage can. I'm surprised it's actually moving nicely. Usually it likes to do this. Alright. Down further? Yes, right there. No need to convince me. I have had a double-clicking Logitech mouse. Behind me, collecting dust. Good. Could be in a trash can. Is this the same passage that I just came in? It is. Okay. Oh. 135? In degrees? Is that what we're doing here? But which way are we going? Because looking at this looks like a compass, and we have the telescope, 135 pointed to the lighthouse. Is it concerning you that that's how my brain works? Because I think this game might be responsible for how screwed up I am. Because this will be 180, right? But then the question is, which direction are we going to go to 175? I mean, logically, you'd think it'd be this way. You work Palm Coast tomorrow. Yes. Yes, you do. Why are you telling me that? It's 135, not 175. Yeah, that's what I said, 135. Did it sound like 175? Or did I say 175 by accident? So I meant 135. Oh, you mean this? Well, no. I'm saying, like, in going this direction, you would go from 180. Friend misses you in the main campus. The Daytona campus? That's a terrible place. Nobody would ever want to go there. Worst place in the world. So, am I clicking this one? I would assume... No. Alright, cool. Is it the other way? Or was it not the lighthouse that I wanted to begin with? Like you still put in work from the side campuses? Well, that's the point of the side campuses. Love how still the water is. They didn't have the budget for water animations. Everything that is animated is a movie that plays on a section of the screen. Only birds, animals in this game. Riven has some really cool animals. Maybe if this is decent, I'll do Riven. I would love to do Riven, but for that I absolutely need a guidebook because the puzzles in Riven are way more difficult. Riven's a very cool game. Budget campus video game water. I'm definitely not a fan of this concept of like, oh, you got the answer wrong, so we're going to punish you by making you have to go back and do all of these clicking again for some reason. So what did I do wrong here? Because I clicked 135, right? Unless it's going the other way, which I don't understand. Even Silk Song earlier. You screw something up, they make you go back and do it all over again. So you have collected page, go to the bottom. There are 2 walkways, blah blah blah. Once you have pressed the correct button on the compass. Wow, thank you. That's very helpful. It didn't see you click, but it's clockwise, so it's bottom right. I think we're the bottom right. This one? Why would it be in that direction? So it's not 135? Maybe there was something at the end of the telescope and I gave up when I got to the lighthouse. Do I have to like send it to the ship, maybe? Because the ship would have been further over than the lighthouse. I just want to know what the degree actually is now. Because it'd be weird if they were counting it that way. It is top 0, bottom 180, right 90. That's why. Why? That's evil. That's evil. I don't like that at all. What's the logic behind that? Lose to a boss and you have to perform the walk of shame to get back to the boss. Well, that's normal. That's normal video game nonsense. That's just Dark Souls in a nutshell. It's a clock. Why is it a clock? It's a compass. I don't understand. That might have been one of those puzzles that I just never understood as a kid. There are 2 passageways, right? They look exactly the same. Are there 2? Am I insane? What is happening? Oh. It probably just goes to his bedroom, right? The other bedroom. Yep, there we go. They really try to paint a picture that one of the brothers is very evil. Oh, beautiful. Oh, oh. That's extremely cool. Oh my god. Like, just as an effect, that's cool, but I would love... Oh, mouse. I would love to have one of these in reality. What, you don't have a ribcage light shade? I do. It's the light within me that burns brightly. This is really cool. I would love to have, like, some kind of actual, real, practical effect hologram that just loops between these 2 things. I bet that's using Animorphs technology LJR did a video on. This would be a video that you're playing through, but how they generated the video you're saying would have been Animorph technology? Whatever that is. Like, what do they do? Put 2 images in and it just, like, interpolates the frames between them? It's 1993. That's really cool. I like that. It's really cool. I actually just want to see the video of this looping. In the original game, you could look up the video files. Just pull them out and watch them if you wanted. Because they were just QuickTime videos. If anybody remembers QuickTime. Alright. And he has his own set of drawers. I have no idea what that is. More maps. More maps. Maps. It's all maps. It's all maps all the way down. Oh. Marker switch. The vault is on the island. There. Interact each. Alright. I think that's just telling you. So I'm not mistaken, I think the other half of that piece of paper is in some other random age, and I think that's essentially just telling you that you have to put all the switches into the up position, and then that last switch will open up, and there's a secret book in there. You want a device that changes a flower to a skull in real life? I want a device that projects a hologram of this. I want this actual device. This is really cool. How cool would it be to just have... Or you know what would be really awesome? Is if it was a hologram, and as you walked around it, it shifted. So if you're standing in one spot, it looks like a flower, then as you walk around, it shifts into the skull. That would be awesome. You could do that, I guess, if you had, like, motion tracking and had it project a different video into whatever the holographic space is. That would be really awesome. You might also be able to do some kind of practical effect where you've got, like, that deviated plastic film that causes the 2 different images, or like the multiple different images as your angle changes. That'd be cool. Yes. And this is why playing games like this, like, just drove my imagination into overdrive. I would just sit there. I literally had notebooks where I created my own Myst games, and I went through and, like, wrote out all of these puzzles with all of these contraptions and all these different machines. I don't know where any of those books are now. It's a shame. But yeah, I spent a lot of time. This game just was the most massive inspiration for me ever. There's Omni-Man in that drawer. And there's the blue page. Okay, on the world's cleanest bed. Okay. So, I need to go to the ship, which is dark. Why is the ship dark? Is the ship dark because I wasn't in the ship when the light was powering? Find out. I see him everywhere as well. I see him when I look in drawers. Okay, that is why. Good. So the return to the main island is down here. This beautiful, beautiful area. This is really cool. It's like... I was gonna say it's a shame that this game is kind of restricted by the age that it was made, the technology, that you're just seeing this really low resolution render. But this game's been remade plenty of times, and there is a full 3D version of it, which I was going to try and play, because this one didn't have a windowed mode originally, which is going to be kind of a pain to record. Then I figure out how to window it, and unfortunately, the 3D one doesn't run properly. It never has run properly for me for some reason. That's amazing. That's why. There was no need for it. They were just like, we found this really cool technology where we can morph the table into a book, so let's just do that. There's no other reason for that. But there's also a Riven game. I think it was called The Starry Expanse, and they've been working on it for years, and it looked really, really cool, and something happened, and it kind of stopped for a while, and then they started on it again, and I think it's in the Unreal Engine now, and I think it's done, and it's real, and you can play it, and it looks super awesome. Maybe I should play that instead of the original Riven, because I think it's pretty good still, right? But I wanted to play that for a long time. So we have the red page, which is Achenar? Cirrus? Well, I can't remember. I'll find out. Prepare your ears.
Thank you for bringing me that. You must continue. My name is Cirrus.
Okay, Cirrus is red.
I beg you to find the remaining red pages. You must.
He seems like a trustworthy fellow. So now, again, you're supposed to do the same thing, essentially. Grab the blue page until you get enough pages into the books that you make your own decision about whether or not you think you should be talking to one of them over the other. I love this chair. Although, these buttons on the back just look like they would annihilate your spine for no reason. Welcome back to the Stone Ship Age. We never truly leave the Stone Ship Age. It's with us forever. It's the middle one that I want. God, what a great game. It's this game is... Oh, no, the batteries. The batteries. Don't worry. I know what to do. It's like Harry Potter. A world full of technology, and yet the wizards refuse to use light bulbs or anything. It's like we have the power to write anything into existence. Absolutely anything. We have to use batteries. I mean, their justification for it is that writing worlds that are stable is extremely difficult. And that's why these ages, I think they're like, these ages are like Atris's practice ages, as he was trying to get better at writing different ages. So I have to do this again? No, it's already lit. Okay. So that's why they're so dinky and weird, or like experiments. Ages. That's what they call the place that we're in. Like, this is the Stone Ship Age. We've got the Celentic Age. We've got the Channelwood Age. We got the Mechanical Age. There might be another one. I don't think there is. But that's what the books are. They're called ages. For whatever reason. So we're in the Stone Ship Age. And let's look at the Skull Rose one last time. Because this is the coolest thing ever. Alright. Grab the blue page. Off the world's cleanest bed. Like, what? How, even? Like, I don't... Whatever. That stain pattern. And the coloring. I no. Just leave. Oh no. I got stuck. Wait, what happens if I go out of the staircase? Can I just go around? Does this just connect? Oh, it was right over there? Okay. I didn't realize I could go in from there. Alright, that's good to know. After I never need to come back here again. Only bad thing is lack of animation. I don't know when you sent that message. Why would you want to swap yourself into being trapped in the book? Well, you wouldn't. The way that I described it was an entire spoiler. You don't know that that's going to happen. You think that you're going to be freeing one of Atris's sons. Because as you put more pages in... Oh, I need to activate the power again, I guess. As you put more pages in, they try to manipulate you more and more into thinking that they're innocent. The more you play the game, the more it looks like every object is from an entirely different video game. Like it's depleted? Yeah, somewhat. That's weird. But yeah, they're trying to trick you, basically. Because again, you've got Atris's two sons, Sirius and Akanar. Each one of them is trying to convince you that the other one is the one that burned down Atris's library and did all of these evil things. But in reality, it's both of them. They're just conniving sons. So, what's actually kind of disturbing is if you get the quote-unquote good ending of the game, the correct ending, which is where you free Atris and leave both of his sons trapped. But it's still dark. Why is it so dark down here? Can I just leave? I can't. It's too dark to leave. What is going on here? Am I forgetting something? Why is it still dark? Do you think we might be trapped in a book in real life? I've considered it. Did I not charge this all the way? Come on, game. Well, the cool thing, or the disturbing thing is, if you get the correct ending of the game, where you don't free Atris's sons, and you go to the place where Atris is trapped, I think you have to also trap yourself to free Atris, because you have to swap places with him. So, you get trapped where Atris is, he leaves, he says, don't worry, I'll come back. And then you sit there wondering if he's going to come back. And eventually he does come back, and he frees you. And then if you go into the library after that, you'll see that both of the trap books that he had put his sons into, it's still dark. Am I losing my mind? Why is it so dark here? Anyway, the two trap books that he put his sons in are burned. So he basically kills his sons at the end of the game. Or destroys the book so that nobody can ever get them out of that trapped age ever again. But I feel like I'm in a trapped age now because I don't understand why the light's not going on down there. Like, I'm charging the battery. At least I think I'm charging the battery. It's charged. And then I should be able to just go down into the ship, right? There's nothing else that I need to do. As far as I know, other than buy a new mouse. And yet it's dark. What is happening? Is it because I'm holding Akinar's page? I'm very confused. Is there something in the walkthrough about this? Or is the game glitching? That's weird. Reminds me of a singular rechargeable AA battery. We're allowed at the budget canvas. That's a perfectly good modern nickel metal hydride battery with a 1.2 voltage charge that probably gets used once a year. Although I feel like I heard Ethan complain about how the batteries are never working when he wanted to use them. Charge the battery, turn the crank for a while, 67 full rotation should be enough to fill the battery. You can click the battery to see its charge level. The battery will drain over time, so you may need to come back and turn the crank again later. So it should be fine until it gets completely depleted. Go down the stairs, go into the rock if it's flooded. Do I have to actually go back and do that again? Is that why? It doesn't really make sense. So I felt like it was already lit up, but maybe it was already kind of lit like that. I have to go back. It might be rambling, don't worry about it. But on a technical level, what they had to do to make this game is insane. Okay, I guess I do have to do that again. That's weird. Stuff like that should... Stuff like that should remain persistent. That way. I've got to clear that out. Hopefully do this before that battery loses its charge. Amazing. Now that there is light, I can walk down a staircase. Adventure game logic. So stupid. No. No. Book, please. It's like it's emerging from chocolate. Go. Akinar, I have a page for you. He can't be evil with a name like Akinar.
He returned. He wouldn't pretend. They just rescue me. I'm Akinnar. My brother, I beg you. To be complete. Always blue pages.
Seems like a friendly fellow as well. Alright. 240? 245? 240? 245? Two? 245? Whoa. That moves faster than I thought. $235. Okay. This thing moves very strangely. It might be my mouse double clicking without me realizing. That's probably what's happening. Okay, I think that's what's happening. It's confusing me. That is... Hey! I remembered. 20 whatever years later, it's still with me. Oh, 224? Is it 224? This is something you would normally use the tower rotation to get. I feel like it's 224. 223? 221? Oh. Oh, so close. Well, the fact that I remembered it was 22 something is good. How does this work, though? So that rotates the top too. And this rotates the bottom too. God, I don't have the mental capacity for this. Definitely don't have the mental capacity for this. 221. Hmm. Just give me like 2 hours. Oh, I see I've upset you. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. I do not see the pattern in this at all. Am I stupid? I might be stupid. Is younger me smarter than current me? Oh, if you hold it down, okay, I see. You hold it down, it rotates the other one. That's very weird. That's really weird. Okay. So I want 221. So if I do that, that's going to go to what? 1? Okay, so I want that one to be on 1. Alright. And then that'll go to 2, and then it'll go blah. Weird. And now we get a little linking book. I think. Oh, no, this is the, right, this is the model telling you what's happening. I don't know why I thought the linking book was going to be in there. So now we can go to the mechanical age, because the actual big gear has opened up, and if my mouse would not triple click on me, then I can make my way over there. Hooray! Yay. There we go. There's the linking book. This age I always really liked as well. This one just on like an engineering level is really cool. This also kind of looks like an area in Riven. Riven has some buildings that are kind of like this. I like the idea that they've written these ages, these worlds, and these books, and then they've created these linking books, and somehow they understand how to program a camera flying through the world to give you a preview. Riven has a railway, yes. Riven has a super, super cool railway that is one of the most... I don't know, it's one of the most cool things in any game, I think. Just riding that, going underwater through the orange hoops, going whoop, 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 whoop. It's really, really cool. I would go through that, like, over and over again just for the fun of seeing it. And then seeing the behind the scenes of how they filmed it is really cool as well, because it's all practically done. So they have actual actors stepping into the, like, machines that they then green screen into the stuff. It's really cool. The whole game series, as it was being developed, is really, really cool. That's why it got me into game development so much. Anyway, let's go. I really... Is the Starry Expanse done? The fan game that was getting made that ended up being put on the Unreal Engine, I think. That is officially done, right? So I think you told me that like a year and a half ago or so. Railways are such an adventure game thing to do. This is how you return, I think. You'll get a code that you can put in here, which will bring you the linking book so you can get back. This age, if I remember, you can kind of soft lock yourself into this one. I feel like there's something weird about it. This immediately reminds me of Tribes RPG for some reason. Like the Minotaur area. Just a weird entryway to a building. But this really showcases the two brothers' rooms fairly well, if I remember. They are very interestingly different. So this is going to be Sirius's room. This is Sirius's red. He's got models of Myst Island. Like, I kind of wish that I was reading the lore because it's cool. I'm not going to have time at the end of the stream, but I don't know, maybe I should do a stream where I just read the Myst lore because it's really, really cool. But like his sons grew up with him and, you know, they've learned how to do stuff that he was doing, how to write ages, how to do linking books and all that stuff, and then somehow they just became menaces. Can I not look over there? I guess I can't. Alright. Can I look up? I can. Who's that? Is that Catherine? That wouldn't be Catherine. Not in one of the sons' bedroom, I wouldn't think. Also, let me check my messages real quick. And what is this message? Sorry, let me check my phone messages live on a stream. Got myself distracted. The tribe's RPG miniature lair had a checkerboard pattern on the floor too. Probably why it's making me think of it. That is just like the narrow hallways. Okay. Alright. Alright, well now I'm facing the right way. At least my mouse was just double clicking constantly. So we've got the clock tower here, which we set to 245 to get here. We've got a blinding telescope. The concept of this building is that the whole building rotates, which is why it's on that sort of track system outside. So I'm assuming we rotate the building, look through the telescope when it's in the correct position, and that gives us probably the code to leave. Not 100% sure. We've got this stuff. What's going on here? Ooh. This. Oh my god. Something about looking at this and putting my cursor over it just like whiplashed me back to the 90s. What in the world about this just like smacked me in the face? I don't know. Something. There is something here. Something about glowing like 90s-ish gems. Oh man, there is something big in my past that I cannot remember. Aggressive. So, if I am not mistaken, the view that we have right here, there's a trapdoor right there. also he has a throne, apparently. There are so many different views in this room. It's also not clear whatsoever what can actually be clicked on. There's a trapdoor. And now we are in... This whole building is just fascinating. The walls are made out of diamond plate. The floor is a black and white checkerboard. What is this place? And there is Sirius's page. We'll grab that out of the crate full of gold. His wine collection and various coins. We've got Sirius, your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth, is that an A? And plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax. And you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Akanar. Alright, so now we're starting to get some lore unfolding. So Sirius and Akanar were quarreling with each other because they were basically, if I remember correctly, some of the worlds that you would link to actually already had inhabitants in them. And I think that was one of the debates, the philosophical debates about whether or not you ever actually truly write the worlds or ever actually create life. I think the idea was that it always existed to begin with, and you were just writing a linking book that linked you to one of an infinitesimal number of worlds. So, at some point, Sirius and Akanar, and maybe Atris, discovered worlds where there were already inhabitants, and I think you can find books where he talks about it. Oh, speaking of which, there are actual books that you can read, like in real life books. There are 3 Myst books, and I was reading them. I totally forgot about that. The first one was really, really good, and I was really getting into the second one, but then I abandoned it and didn't finish it. I totally forgot those existed. Now I want to go back and read those, and that would be a really cool thing to do if I'm going to come back to this and play like Riven or whatever. Anyway, at some point, Sirius and Akanar start to basically act like supreme beings or gods or whatever to the people that are already in the age, and they basically start demanding, like, you know, sacrifices and gold and whatnot. And then Sirius and Akanar start to like fight with each other because they are both assholes that want to be seen as the supreme being or the god or whatever of these people. So you start to see all of this infighting between them, and I think that's inevitably what ended up causing Atris to lock his sons into those trap books. And I'm realizing now that the reason why all of this is in my head is probably because of those 3 Myst books, the in real life Myst books, that I completely forgot about, because I think a lot of this is described in those. So this is Akanar's room. That is a cool dragonfly. Just like normal things. I mean, I've got like, what, 1, 2, 8, 9. I've got at least 37 morning stars on my wall. It's normal. There is his trapdoor. Because obviously they both need trapdoors. And what is this? Oh, is this how I rotate the building? Why is it... Oh. That's so aggressively 90s. Oh my god. It's actually 80s, but whatever. It looks like the Starry Expanse became the Riven remake you can buy on Steam now. Alright, cool. I'm going to look into that in the future, but I totally forgot about those books, and I really want to go back and read them now. Well, this is weird. What? Okay. Let's go in here. Oh, I remember this. He's got an electrified cage. And, I don't know how much into the backstory of the sons they go. I don't know if they talk about them, like, being drug addicts or torturing people or what. But, yeah, it gets very dark. Just pretend that that's not in there. It's fine. It's just normal things. I mean, why wouldn't you trust one of them? Obviously. Going through, collecting pages. I mean, they're both such good people. Staircase. Okay, we have 4 symbols. And 4 ways, I guess, that we can rotate this. So I guess that's how I get the symbols here. I think it's giving me one of the symbols, but that looks very hard to read for some reason. But again, because I'm trying to kind of accelerate through this a little bit, let's just cheat and look up the symbols so that I can exit. And I'll rotate this place back to the original form, I think, so that I can leave. Or no, it's already... Okay, never mind. Alright, so can we look up the symbols here? Just so I can get out of here quickly. Because I think you can just do that. This is the mechanical age, if I'm not mistaken. So I want the symbols to exit the mechanical age of Myst. And the cool thing about this was before the era of, at least I think, before games like randomized this per playthrough. So I think we want this. Found it if you want it. Let me know if I'm doing it correctly. I think we want that, and then this, and then sun above trees, and then half moon left. Is that what you get as well? I just looked up a random image. This looks like it's from the 3D remake of Myst. Might not be the same thing. That's what you get? Okay. Neat. Cheating is great. My dad and I sitting here going through the game in actual proper order and procedure. Spending weeks of our lives. It was great. Like, a game that can draw you into it like that is just awesome. A game that can give you that kind of memory. I don't think I'd be able to do that now as an adult, honestly. Streaming is great. I feel like I would not be able to enjoy this as much as I'm enjoying it now if it wasn't being streamed. But yeah, as you get older, spending more time playing a game like this is more and more difficult. Alright, Cirrus, here's your new page. Show me how trustworthy of a person you are.
Have returned. Additional page. Leave from my prison on this forgotten island of Myst. I see that you are. I am called Cirrus.
You already told me your name.
I see all the red pages.
Okay, so this is just like the same video. It's just becoming clearer and clearer, I guess. I thought that they said different things as they got clearer. I don't know. Let's go back. Let's grab the blue page. Channel Wood Age I'm not really looking forward to because it can be a little annoying. I kind of like it, but it's a little tedious. Channel Wood Age. Sorry. Channel Wood Age is really, really cool. It's basically you're in a swamp and there's trees everywhere. And you're on a walkway in the water. And you have to reroute this water pressure throughout these pipes that are going along the walkways, and they have all these switches that you have to switch between left and right. And eventually you can unlock a gate that goes up into the trees, and then you're going through all of these little tree houses, which is really, really cool. But trying to do it in a point-and-click adventure game where everything kind of looks the same is very tedious. And trying to keep track of which direction the water is flowing from all of the different gates is kind of painful. But aesthetically, conceptually, very cool. And it saved it. Nice. See, that's the persistence that I want to see. Alright, Akanar, I have your page.
Back. Good. This is mine. Bring more. You must have some more. All I ask of you. Long. It's so long since my brother, Sirius, wrongfully imprisoned me within this book.
Ooh.
Pretty speech. Greed, which is endless.
Wow. So you can see now you're starting to kind of develop the sense that they're, you know, one of them is trying to tell you that the other one is the, you know, problem child and whatnot. Let's do this one also. All so nostalgic for me. I probably seem a little bit hectic flying through this because I have so many disconnected memories. I need a match, which I get from a safe, which is back here. Okay, code for the safe. 534? No, there's no way. No. I'm wondering if it'll just pop into my head. Oh, 724. Oh, that was actually somewhat close. Thank you. Now we light the furnace. Right? Oh wait, I've got to actually strike the match. I forgot actually. Wow. Adventure games. You are always like 1 or 2 hours. And it's weird, isn't it? It's, again, I haven't thought about this in probably like 22 years, but they're in my head to that degree. So, this lovely image of a tree that we have over here. We go behind this cabin. There is this tree, just ceremoniously encased within this brick wall. And as we turn the crank, it's activating a steam mechanism which causes the tree to go up. And you have to stop the mechanism at the exact point that there's a hollow point in the tree that you can step into. And then as you release the steam mechanism, the tree begins to sink back down. So I think you've got to raise it a little bit higher than you need it to be, and then you run over here and you wait for it to go down so you can get the side of it, and then you ride it down into a strange place. So let me see if I'm capable of doing that. Do I have to light this again? Seems like it's already lit. Oh, it's okay. Left and right are different. See? Alright. So you can actually turn this and go outside and watch it. It's weirdly real-time. You'll start to hear, like, in the distance. But I might need to turn it more to get the pressure up, okay. How many times do I have to turn this? There we go. There it is. If you jump in it now... I don't know if it'll let you jump in it now, because that would soft lock you. You wouldn't be able to get out. No, you could jump in it and wait for it to go all the way up and then go down. I think it'll do that. Alright, so now I need to lower this. And I don't know how much I need to click this to turn it to get it to lower. It's so weird. It's not very clear at all. No? Alright then. But it seems to be reading 0 pressure. Stupid tree. Furious clicking will definitely help my mouse. There we go. Now we jump inside. This would not be horrifying at all in real life. Definitely not. And then, after we're out of the elevator, nice calming elevator music. This music... Oh, this must have been interesting to program, yes. The behind the scenes is really fascinating to watch. So look how cool this is with all the tree houses up there. But it's also very samey looking. So you can accidentally flip around and completely lose track of where you are. And that's the pump house where you divert all of the water down to those docks along the bottom. And we have frogs. You'll never see one of the frogs. You will in Riven. They've got a... Frogs are a big thing in Riven. There's a whole cage where you can put a pellet in, drop it down into the water, lift it up, and get a frog. So let's head to the pump house. It's over here. So the thing about this is it's kind of interesting because I believe it's an audio-based puzzle because you actually have to sit and listen for the sound of the running water to figure out where you are. Now this thing... Don't remember 100% how it works. You just do that and you're good to go. So it sounds like I can hear the running water. And then we get to the branch here. This, I don't think can open from this side. It's missing its lever. So I believe this is the exit. So I think I need to divert it to the left. Which I think it already is. Again, I hear the running water. So... if I go back, if you're looking from here, you can see that there is another elevator over here on the right, so I think I need to divert it to the right. But I think it also might be a trap, because I think there might be a broken pipe or something here that it doesn't go to, so you gotta go the other way. But I'll see. Or, was that this? No, it's a different one. But I think it might also be missing a lever. Oh, maybe not. Cool, okay. And now we are in the treetops. I really love looking at all of the concept art of this, because it's really cool seeing how all of this manifested. And also, I think a lot of that concept art they put into the books in the game. Again, it's like such a huge thing for me, wanting me to get into game development in all aspects. Like artistically, just on a programming side, just on like the practical side of making sound effects and stuff. Designing puzzles. But you can tell how easy it is to get completely mixed up in where you are up here. Especially when your mouse double clicks. I think there's a thing. Whoa. I thought there was a thing hidden back here. Maybe not. Okay, mouse. Okay. It's weird. You've got to manipulate things to where you can get up that staircase from this side without needing water over here, because you won't be able to use the elevator. It's the door first. So I need water over here to be able to use this. Yeah. Ugh. This is why I said it's kind of tedious. I don't even know if a guide can really help with this, because you have to actually follow a guide verbatim, like step by step. So I need to divert water probably to that staircase. And I think the lore behind this age is that there were inhabitants here, and then the two brothers did something, and now there are no inhabitants. How do I leave this wonderful place? There's another feature in the game called zip mode, which lets you like fast travel to certain areas, and I don't remember how that works. Mouse, please. I don't even know where I'm trying to get to. That's why I said it's cool, but it's also not fun. Like, where am I trying to go? It's so difficult to navigate. It's this way. But then where from here? God, this is painful. feel like going insane. Such a terrible place. Aesthetically very cool. Like every time I click, it just doesn't take me where I want to go. I'm really curious how this part play tested. And they were like, best we can do. What in the world? And there's a lever. Why? Like, why? How many times would you have to click to find this? The Prima guide has a map, yes, but I don't know if that would really help me, to be honest. Oh my god. That did a thing. Now I've got to get back there. Thank you, mouse. I'm just going to click randomly until I appear there. That's my strategy. You found the lever, so you accidentally made progress anyway, yep. Did not know I was looking for a lever. So I go on this way. My god. I really wish that this part was in 3D. I'm just gonna, like... walk around. There we go. Alright. Finally. Now I can divert water to here, I guess. I can open that. Okay. So this is now open. The mouse is double clicking. So let's double click the mouse. Go back to here. So I think I want to bring water to that elevator. So I think that elevator actually goes up to a second tier of tree houses, which takes me to Cirrus Arakanar's bedroom. It's not entirely clear that that's what it does, but I believe that's what it does. There we go. See, I feel very lucky to have all of the weird memories still stored in my head. So if you don't have those, this is going to be a very interesting experience for you. And now, somehow, we have this hotel room at the top of the tree. It's the most luxurious tree house that has ever been built. I believe his page is in here. Yes. So that is Cirrus's page. Let's go ahead and grab that, I guess. There's some kind of story being told here, surely. A very empty room. A phenomenal dagger. And is that the other half of the page? It is. So the vault is in plain view, and you can get access to it easily. Locate all the switches and put them all to the up position, and then go to the dock and put the switch into the off position. It's telling you how to access the vault, which is where Atris is located. Who needs a lamp on every support beam in your house? Well, have you ever played The Sims? See, that's what happens. It's like creating a house in The Sims, except you're crafting a world. It's a perfectly acceptable amount of lamps. Let's return this page to Cirrus. There's a lot of places I can walk around up here, too. You can go look in Akinar's room. It's right here, I think. Oh, I remember this. Looks kind of like a young version of my dad, to a degree. Pretend that didn't happen. Put a nice bare light bulb, and there's Akinar's paper. They're really trying to paint Akinar as the lunatic.
I hope I pushed the right button, my dear. What a very interesting device you have here. I'm not erasing anything important, am I? Remember, he is preparing. Take only one page, my dear brother.
Backstory. Oops. I think there's an elevator that takes you all the way down. Akinar is so crazy, he only has one light bulb. No mattress for his bed. So, returning. I feel like there is a specific elevator that does nothing but return you. Apparently, I just paid Wire 3 for my fiber optic internet that you are currently watching the stream through. I remember at some point there is a pipe that you extend. It's over there. What's over here? Nothing. Over here, you extend this pipe, which probably requires water power. So I want to divert it right and right. Looks like it's diverted right there. Divert it right there. And... no. I don't hear it, so... is it not diverted here? It's not. Is my double-clicking mouse getting to you yet? It's diverted left or right, I mean... I might have been saying the wrong thing, I don't know. In my brain it makes sense, don't worry about it. Forgot about the staircase. That's fascinating. This takes us to this elevator. Which... It's not worked. It needs water. There we go. Here's the pipe that I have to extend. Why is all of this like this? Adventure game. So is this staircase gonna, or staircase walkway gonna stay there, or is that gonna go away when I divert the water away? And is that where I want the water diverted? These books are just only asset packs? What do you mean for the Sims? My Sims analogy? I thought they had another name for them. Trying to think very hard about where my life is going right now. Okay, so that stays there even without the water there. Trying to figure out where to divert it for that extension that I just did. But it's very infuriating to do this with a mouse that is double-clicking randomly. The extension is where? It's not here, right? It doesn't look like it's there. No. There's only so many places it can be. It's here. So I need it to be diverted here. Then go back. And walk across. Nah, mouse. What have you done? I don't know where I am now. There we go. I really wish this area was 3D. I appreciate what they tried to do, but there's a little bit too much navigation. That's a perfectly normal sound. Welcome back to the library. Cirrus, have a page.
With each page I can see more clearly. Soon, free from this horrible prison, this book. You must visit the one remaining age. You have not comfort that my brother Akina is demented. He is guilty. Took advantage of the freedom our father had given us. Akina guilty. I ask you again. Do not retreat the pages.
Do not collect the blue
He will
pages.
destroy both myself and you, just as he destroyed the other pages of Myst.
This is Cirrus saying that Akinar is the one that burned all the books.
Never will escape. You must simply bring the red the story that I
I remember watching this with my dad, and my dad just being like, yeah, this seems like something you want to do. Free him. Yeah. Let's go back to Channelwood. I don't want to. I think you can go there quickly. Nah, I gotta do the tree thing again. Nah. Click, click, click. Let's just keep on clicking. Not enough clicking. Can I just hold it down? Oh, I can. Okay. Oh, there we go. How many pumps is enough pumps? Do one more. Does time freeze while I'm doing this? Why is it so time consuming? These are the tiny bits of game design that I just will never understand. Like, why? Why? This didn't have to be. But now it do. You know, like the wood paneling inside of the tree. It's actually a tree comprised entirely of other trees. I also like how we go underground and it's like we're seeing the base of other trees. Like they don't have roots, they just keep going. Let's go back to our favorite place. Okay. What has persisted? The water's still on. And I want to go that way. Oh, I'm completely lost suddenly. There we go. I feel like a lunatic. I feel like if a Zoomer watched me play this game, their mind would be blown. Sure, let's go through here again. Why not?
I hope I pushed the right button, my dear. What a very interesting device you have here.
It's the exact same video.
I'm not erasing anything important.
Interesting.
Remember, he is preparing. Take only one page, my dear brother.
Back to Akinar's light bulb room. His wicker basket walls. Whoa. Just fly right out of there. Let's get Akinar his very important page. He has a very important message for us. But the trees are all plastic. It kind of feels like that, doesn't it? I mean, do these look like real trees? I like how much detail went into the realism of everything, and then you get to the trees, and it's like, that's a cone with a texture slapped on it. Like, why were trees so difficult? These are pre-rendered scenes. This is not how trees look. What am I doing? Why am I walking away? I do not want to go walking up here. Now I divert the water. I think the only one I need to change is this one, because I believe it persisted, so everything should be saved. So now I've got to find my path to the other place, which was on the other side. This way. Go across this thing. Go back up here. My god, he's so good at navigating. How does he find his way around? Astounding. Just noticed that of all things, the windmill is animated. Yes. That is how the water pumps. It is a key element. This game is weirdly specific about what things will and will not be animated. Again, you have to think this is old school. Anytime an animation is playing, what you're seeing is a QuickTime video. Like a little frameless QuickTime video being played. I don't think they could play more than one at a time. So they had to be pretty selective.
My friend.
My friend? I have a friend.
The pages. I see.
Call me friend. I'm gonna release him.
Guilty. Pray, do not release him. He will destroy me just as he did. Innocent bystander. I've been wrongly tricked. Imprisonment. You never deserve his unbridled lust for riches. In the 4 remaining worlds. Sometimes it was almost perfect. Final blow to father. You tricked him into believing that it was I who was murdered. I didn't murder father. Bring me the remaining. Please. Liar. Pulling a liar. Must not be free.
I don't know why people call this game scary. Nothing scary going on here. Let's just back away from this. So, your entire ability to get the good ending, or quote-unquote the only ending of this game, is to realize that those two halves of those two pages, I forget which age the first one was in, but the other one was in the treetops, right? I've already forgotten completely. But it hinges on you finding those two halves of the page and basically writing down in a notebook what it says, and then writing the other half when you find that. Because I don't think you can carry those with you. I don't think you can combine them. Maybe you can, I don't know. But that's the one that just tells you that all of the switches go into the up position, and then when you go down to the dock, you put that into the down position, and that unlocks the quote-unquote vault. And if I'm not mistaken, I think what that unlocks is a book full of patterns for this. And then somewhere, so I think there's over 100 patterns. There might be 100 patterns exactly, actually. And then somewhere, it's the number that tells you which one of those patterns to use. If I am remembering correctly. Now, however, we get to the part of the game that is one of my absolute most dreaded parts of this game. And that is the Slinta cage and activating the spaceship. Because it is an absolute pain. And again, I did enable the option to make it easier, so I will see if it is actually easier. But the first thing I need to do is divert power. This was actually a puzzle I always liked as a kid for some reason. So you need to give it 59 volts? Can you look that up for me real quick? Is it 49 or 59 to power it? If you go over, you've got to go out of this room and go flip a breaker and then come back in. So you've got like different combinations of voltages that you add up. 59. Yes. Thank you. 22-year-old brain. So you get like, what is this, 15 volts or something, 10 volts? So you can turn that on or off, and you've got to accumulate 59 volts without going over, I think. So there's 10. There's 1. There's 7. There's 8. So we got 8 and 1 10s. 19, 24, 35. This puzzle is in every single adventure and horror game ever made. Oh, well, that was my mouse double clicking. Okay. It would be way better if I wrote these down. I might actually struggle to do this without writing it down. Can I do this without writing it down? No, I can't, because I cannot remember what these are. Maybe I should just look it up. I don't want to write it down right now. I've been streaming for a while, and I need to go very soon, and this is the last stage, so I'm going to try and speed through it. So let's do Myst. 59 volts. It's the top three and the bottom right. You mean these? The top left three? Dude. That actually seems familiar. So you want me to click the bottom right one? I'm looking up images as well. There might be multiple combinations. This one shows this one here, and then these three center ones. Top three on the left. Top three on the right, and then the bottom right one. Really? Okay. Try it. There we go, yeah. Cool. Alright. It is amazing because I have not in over 20 whatever years ever thought about what voltage that uses, and then I go into that room and I'm like 59. This is where the breaker is, where you would reset it if you went over. Did I flip the switch over here? I did. Okay, so I think I did all of the switches. Except for the spaceship. God, mouse, what is wrong with you? Let's do the spaceship switch. Ah! I clicked outside the window. There. Alright, welcome to one of the worst puzzles in this entire game. Here's the sliders that play the different tones. Yep. Here is the piano. Now, what was so absolutely awful about doing this, when I did it legitimately, and I'm going to try and do it legitimately, but the range is a little bit more forgiving. Oh, I covered your window, so I can't see what you're saying now. But the most annoying thing about this is the wind. So you'd play a tone, and you'd be like, okay, I need to play this tone and memorize how it sounds. And as soon as you're done, just wind. Although you didn't hear it right there, but yeah. So, in the one book, we had the image of the keys that you need to press. Let's see if I can find that image really quickly. There's also... I mean, I think there are images of the positions of the slider, but I don't know if that's really going to help me. Okay, so it is, this one. That's 5. This is the first one. This is the fourth one. This is the second one, and this is the third one. So the first slider is this tone. It's that one, right? That sounds the same to me. This is a tone deafness test. So second one is this one. That one, right? Sounds okay. 3. Beautiful sound. Nah. I think that's right. 4. If I didn't seem like a lunatic before. I think that's right. And 5. That sounds right. Can I get this on one try? My God. Never before. This has to have been made easier by the remake, because it was never that easy, ever. Alright. Now we go to the Slintic Age, I believe is what it's called. The most 90s age. An age I don't remember much of. Probably because I spent the least amount of time here, just because of how obnoxious it was to get here. Because anytime that I would replay the game, I could just not get through the rocket ship. They definitely did something that made it easier, because it was not remotely that easy in the past. Anyway, welcome. Welcome to terrain generation. This is so aggressively 90s. Oh, okay. Like, it's weird. It's like I step forward and suddenly all the memories come back to me. So the whole point of this age is sounds, which is why you had to do sounds to get here. Do you just have better speakers now? It's possible as well, yeah, that's true. But I think that the original game, it was a lot more difficult because it's a notoriously awful puzzle. You know what it might be, actually? They might have removed some intermediary tones from the sliders. It might have actually been a little bit finer before that, I don't know. But I think they changed something. But this is all based on sound, so the point of this age is that you're going around and finding sounds, and then you're putting them here. And then this, I think, opens up the linking book to get back. Also, I'm sorry if my voice sounds shaky. I'm like constantly shaking my leg while I'm talking, and it actually transfers up to my voice. So sometimes my voice sounds like wavy. Here's a sound, for example. But which... Is there an indicator of the number somewhere here? Hmm. This sound here is the sound of a wrench being hit, I believe. When it does this little chime. So I remember it being much louder than that. God, what a weird place. This feels like a fever dream for a 90s kid. This entire game is pretty feverish. Yes, it is. People think this game is scary. I am confused. My God. Alright, I'm looking up a guide for this. I don't have time to figure out what in the world they're asking me here. Unless you can find it before me. Just to figure out what degrees we're putting in for these. So this is Salintic age. I'll put degrees. There's an image of one. It tells me nothing. All the images I find are of the Real Myst version, the 3D version. I'm just like, whoops, there go all of my chats. Okay. I'm looking up images instead of walkthroughs. I should probably look up a walkthrough. Did you find them? I'll say this entire age is just bad. The puzzles in it are just all bad. This one and the very end, how you get out of this age is awful. It's a minecart ride through a labyrinth. Alright, let me try an actual search. Salintic age, degrees. Salintic age, degrees. The Prima Guide has some images. Okay, so is it telling me which one of these to click and what degree to put in? Show the order of the sounds. Crystal, water, tunnel, fisher, clock. Do I not need to do this part? Is this part just giving me the order? I might not need to do this part. I was kind of thinking that might be what it is. So, Oasis. Is that water, I guess? What is crystal? Or do you have something that's called something else? So I've got crystal, water, tunnel, fisher, and clock. I'm assuming Oasis is water. This is fisher, obviously. This is clock. This is crystal. So then we've got these two. So we got crystal. That could be water. And tunnel. Is that tunnel? Like, I mean, that was the symbol above the tunnel, I think. So I guess this is water, that's tunnel. So you said oasis, but I think that's just water. Water is 153.4. Fisher slash chasm is 130.3. Woo. I see. So you hear like only one sound when it's in the right spot. And actually the lights light up as well. That might be a change that they put in the Real Myst or the Masterpiece Edition. So I guess you're just doing that really. So clock is 55.6. Maybe this is what they made easier with these little flashing lights. Maybe that's what the change was. Okay. That could be. Crystal is 15. Alright. So I highly doubt this was this easy before. This probably has changed. Okay. What does that do for me? Is that just to tell me the order? Does it do nothing else? Does that match their order, though? It does not. So I don't know what the point of this was. Yeah, I have no idea at all. This doesn't match the order that I'm looking at on this thing. Alright. Let's go back to the door, I guess. But I don't know where the pages are. Are they through the door, or are they somewhere around here? This place is so weird. Let me see if I can find this. Salentic H sliders. I really do feel like this H is kind of... It brings the game down. The game would be better without this. I'm not sure what went wrong here. It just feels not good. Hmm. What do you think? Is there like some easy way to that you could describe this to me if you're seeing it somewhere? I don't know where to look. You have a picture. As in, you don't know if I can see it, as in, like, what, if I can click on it? I can click on a picture. Oh, you're supposed to, okay, that's cool. You're slightly above, so you're up here. And then you're at the very bottom, and then you're at the very top, and then you are right about here. And then you're about here. Oh, but which one? You're up closer. You're almost at the top there, and this one's like there, so... I think that is how yours is. Cool. Thank you. Now, the question is this just the linking book area? I think it is. I think this is the return area. God, what a weird part of the game. This doesn't match the rest of the game in any way, shape, or form. This is like it's out of, I don't know, the Crystal Key or something. Some other random 90s adventure game. I don't think I want to be here yet, because I don't think the pages are here. One of the books seems to be on one of those pedestals outside. That took me a long time for my eye to focus on. Like just sitting around near one of the sounds. And by book, you mean page. Oh my god, mouse. Oh, there's one. Alright, we got Cirrus. How terrible. I'm sorry, the game design just absolutely falls apart here. I'm not sure what changed, but this is so much worse than the rest of the game. I don't understand why. Oh my god, mouse. This mouse needs to go in a garbage can. Okay, let's do another terrible puzzle, because why not? Navigating the return labyrinth. I'm immediately just looking this up, because unless you already have the directions for me. Sound puzzles were very much a 90s thing. Resident Evil 1 had a piano puzzle. It's like, I don't know. I don't like anything about the design of this place, honestly. Cylindic gauge. Directions. And also, I'm trying to rush through this because it's already way later. I'm not going to get any sleep at all. That's fine. You have a bunch of directions. Yeah, that's what I need. Northwest, northeast, east, south, southwest, southwest, west, northwest, northeast, north, and southeast. I remember doing this part with my dad. We hated it. So the question is, does that count as north already? No, because I can't go west, right? Oh, I can? Oh, no. So have I not gone north yet? I don't think I have, technically. So let's go north. West. It's this way. I guess north, but I can't go north. Okay. Oh, it was giving me directions down there. Okay, I see. Okay, I see. I understand now. I was not looking down there. It's west. Okay, so now we go west. I'm so terrified of clicking the buttons. I'm imagining the both of you harmonizing your groans right now when you had to do this a second time. Oh, yeah, yeah. So there's west, north. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with this. Because not only that, you can see how slow this is. Like, why are you putting players through this? Why? Just going to make it really difficult to get the last page. So now I'm going east. So awful. Okay. This feels like installing Linux. Where it's like, I'm just going to keep doing this series of 4,000 steps. None of them make any sense, but I'm just going to keep doing them, and I'm really hoping that at some point it's going to merge back in with what they're telling me that I should be seeing, and everything's going to be good. And then you get to step 400 after 5 hours, and nothing is the way that it's supposed to be, and you're like, well, that was all pointless, wasn't it? I feel like that's exactly what this is going to be. Why did I go this way? It's just like a sense of dread, knowing that all of this will lead to nothing. It won't work out. It won't be okay. This might be what zip mode is. I think zip mode might just bring you right back to the main world. Possibly. Oh, you got a curve. That's certainly new. Curves mean good things, right? That was my second south, correct? I just did 2 souths, right? So that was my second one, so now I'm going west. Just confirming, because I think I've lost my mind. Let's confirm. You also think that I am going west, correct? Think that this is my next choice. Pretty sure I did 2 souths. I don't know what direction you're right. We're going west. We're tilting. That's probably okay. Okay. Southwest. The airline that I flew on 4 times in a row. And did calculus on an airplane. Southwest. West. I hope you didn't just troll me and give me completely random directions. Surely you would not do something like that. I'm putting extraordinary amounts of faith in you. Northwest. Northeast. It's like when you're on a road trip with somebody, you have absolutely no idea what roads you're supposed to be going down, but they seem to know all of them. You just put blind faith in them. Northeast. So I should tell you a story while I'm doing this, I guess. So this being my dad's birthday today. We were supposed to do things, but we ended up not doing anything. And so I wandered back to the old world, to the shed where I stashed his gigantic toolbox north. Which is basically like a 2-foot. He has a small one and he has a big one. This was the small one, but it's still big. So it's like a 2-foot by 2-foot by 2-foot cube. And even when you take all of the drawers out of it, it still weighs 80 to 100 pounds. And it is a solid, just like cube. So actually lifting it up and holding it and carrying it is borderline impossible for a single person, especially when it weighs as much as that. And so a year ago, I tried to move it up on my own to keep it from flooding in the shed that it was in. And it was one of the worst things that I ever did, because it was something I could barely lift. And I was trying to lift it onto a table that was basically like half as high as me. So I was lifting this gigantic cube that weighed about as much as me onto a table that high. And it was a little plastic table. And so, and southeast is my last direction, if you're correct with these, and if I didn't enter anything incorrectly. So I was trying to lift it onto the table, and I was like barely able to do it, and finally I used my last bit of effort to push it onto the table, which didn't work because it was so much heavier than the table. Well, this looks different. This looks a little bit like the Riven one now. It's kind of cool. But the toolbox was so much heavier than the table, it just pushed the table over. And I went with the toolbox and the table, and we all flew onto the ground together, and the toolbox took a gigantic gouge out of the side of my knee. I almost snapped my leg in half. And that was bad. That was something I had to sit down and recover from. And then I found some way to lift it up there, and I don't know how I did it, and it sat there for like a year. But today I went and I looked at his tools. All that work just to get here to do this. I was looking at his tools in his toolbox that had been sitting there for like a year, because I took it there originally to hide it from assholes that just wanted to take everything that he had and had no care for any of it. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at his tools, I'm looking through stuff, and I found a box that I had forgot I put down there. And I look in the box, I see his Mitutoyo calipers, which are really nice calipers. They're old dial calipers, but he loved those calipers. And I was looking at them, and it was making me really sad. Because I'm just looking at all of his tools, and his toolbox that's there, and everything's scattered all over the place, and it's just awful and stupid. And I'm like, I'm taking this damn toolbox. This thing that nearly broke my leg in half a year ago. Nobody's there with me. I'm going to lift this thing up. I'm going to carry it all the way across the yard, out to the driveway, and put it in my truck. And I did. I did. Entirely on my own. I loaded it into the truck. And it is here with me now, and I've put my tools in it. And that was my accomplishment for today. And I did not hurt myself in any way. Physically, at least. So, I've just placed Sirius's last page in his book. So if I open this book, I'm going to get sucked in and trapped. And I'd like to try and show the endings of this game. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to the Slintic Age, because of how much of a nightmare that is. I don't know if you have to go through that track again. You might have to. So I might not get to see Akinar's finale here, because I don't know if I want to go through that. But I would like to show this, but if I show this, I think the game just ends, and I get stuck there. So I think I need to save it first. So let me see if I can figure out how to do that. Congratulations on mastering the ability of not wounding yourself catastrophically. It only took 15 years. I'm still doing it. I have a permanent scar. A very deep, permanent red scar on the side of my knee because I took a huge chunk out of the side of my knee. That's what happens when like an 80 to 100 pound box falls on you from a 2.5 feet up in the air. That was bad. It's like the only injury I've ever had where I had to actually just sit down for a minute and could be like, okay. How do I get to the save? Go. Save. Resume. But yeah, carrying that on my own, it's a huge accomplishment. That is bad. That thing is bad. It is so heavy. It is a solid toolbox. Anyway, here we go. We are going to see who Cirrus really is.
Finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me. My name is Cirrus. I trust that from your explorations you've become convinced that my wicked brother, Achenar, is guilty, and I am innocent. It is I who am wrongly imprisoned here. Imprisoned by my father. I don't know who you are, or how you came to this island, but I assume you must at least know something of the books. His father was a master of the books. He wrote hundreds, all describing and linking to the fantastic places and ages which he had discovered. The room in which you now stand was our father's library. It was here, in this room, on this island named Myst, that he housed most of these books. But such a waste. By now, you have surely discovered that Achenar has burnt mutilated most of these books. Why? Our father was always watchful of our explorations. We grew up under his strict supervision. But when we came of age, he gave us unbridled access to the Myst books. He began to leave our adventures more and more unchecked. Unsupervised as we were, my brother began to become disturbed. He began to take more from the Myst ages than he had given. Soon gained a twisted pleasure from the conquest and destruction of the other ages. It was horrific. His thirst for destruction. But alas, even I discovered his insanity too late. He had completely destroyed all of the Myst ages but four. I wasted no time. In warning my father, I thought he would recognize Achenar's guilt. But in a fit of rage, he imprisoned both my brother and myself within the pages of these books, designed to hold us until he could judge which of us was guilty. To discover the truth, our father embarked on one final chapter. However, he has never returned. I can only assume that he perished along the way, leaving me, an innocent victim, trapped forever. But now, you are here to release me. Listen carefully. You must find one more page and I will be forever free. There is a book on the shelves in this library which is mostly burned but has a few pages still intact. It is the last book on the middle shelf. Find it. This book is filled with a variety of patterns. Find pattern 158 and recreate it on the door of the fireplace. This will bring you to the last red page. Bring that page to me, and I will finally be released. And able to reward you, of course.
Okay.
Ignore the blue page. That page finishes my brother's book. Chills me to even think what would
That's
happen.
right, I forgot the 2 final pages are down there.
There is another warning. Where the red and blue pages reside, also resides a green book. If you touch the green book,
The green book is Atris.
Be imprisoned forever. Our father gave us this same warning long ago. I suggest you follow his advice. Go now. Soon we will be face to face.
Okay. So I kind of zoned out. Did he say it was pattern 98? Did he say what the pattern was? I completely forgotten. And also, where was it? I've already forgotten as well. It's like half paying attention. I was like looking over at OBS and checking to make sure that the whole time the right recording was correct, and I'd like, there we go, only half paid attention. What book is that? Is that this one? Yes, alright. Did he say it was number 98 or something? I think he said 158? Oh wow, thought it stopped at 100. My god, they really didn't want you to try and brute force this. Okay, I'm gonna take a photo of this with my phone. The power of technology. The power of technology. My phone definitely works. Yes, sir, it sure does. Unbelievably good. Finally. I feel like I could have taken a Polaroid of that faster. Okay. So let's do it. Let's give Sirius his final page. Oh my god. Phone, please. 158. Prepare for the best sounds. I believe that is it. Do I just push this button again, or will this clear it all? Nope, it's good. So there's Atris. And let's grab Sirius's page. So I usually go ahead and save right here. Okay, Sirius's page. Be gone. Let's watch him manically cackle. And there you go. Now I am inside of the book. Looking back at the library.
Oh, yes! Yes. I'm free! Oh, thank you, my friend. My dear friend. You've done the right thing. You stupid fool!
He seems happy, at least.
Like perhaps you're in the
You glad you returned just in time to hear this? This is Sirius. I've traded places with him in the book. And now he's ripping the pages out. I mean, I'm glad that I could make him so happy.
You enjoy your new home as much as I enjoyed it.
Acting.
I see you. You're the last player. I hope you're in boots.
It's rare to find this much happiness in life.
The library looks much the same.
is like OG Persona. Never played Persona, I don't think. Static through a portal. I was gonna go burn Akanar. And this is all of eternity now, I guess. We just exist within the void now. I think that's the good ending. Yes. So again... Oh, I thought it was going to put me back in the fireplace. So I thought... confusing my thoughts. I think that it's going to be way too much effort to go back to the Cyclic Age to get Akonar's paper. So plus with how late it is, I need to go very badly. So I'm just going to go ahead and get to the actual good, proper ending of the game. So I think I've got all the switches up. So let's head over to the dock. I can't remember if it was... I think it's the dock one, it's not that one. So that's what it said on the paper as well. There we go. Now I have the page. So again, you can just put all the switches in the up position and then go down there and just beat this game in like 4 minutes. It's kind of funny. Now we'll go back in here. I do not remember this pattern by memory. It was something like this. It might have been exactly that. Let me check the phone. It's almost. It's very close. Oops. It is that, I believe. Looks accurate. Crap. I missed something. I think it was that one. I was missing that one, wasn't I? That should be it. Alright, let's put the page in. Or actually, I think if you don't have this page, you can still see this, but you won't be able to get back out.
Not yet.
As he's saying.
Many questions for you, my friend. As you no doubt have for me. Where should I begin? Oh. Perhaps my story is in order. My name is Atris. I fear you've met my son, Cirrus and Akanar, in the red and blue books on Myst Island. In my library. Oh. It contains my works, my writings. Oh, I wrote many books that linked me to fantastic places. It's an art I learned from my father many years ago. Oh, but the red and blue books, those were different. I wrote those books to entrap over-greedy explorers that might stumble upon my island of Myst. But I had no idea my own sons would be entrapped. My sons, Cirrus and Akanar, we had many journeys together. I gave them free rein to the books. Perhaps it was not wise. I could see the greed growing in them. and not told them about the red and blue books. Their imaginations went wild. They dreamed of riches and power. Of course, they did not know the books were traps. They begged me for access to those books, and I, of course, denied them. Oh, they devised a plan. An evil plan. I had no idea to what extent their greed had progressed. Their own mother. He was their own mother. Oh, my dear Catherine. To lure me here to Dunny. Of course, I could return to Myst, except that they removed a single page from my Myst linking book.
I have this page.
Return without that page. You, my friend, can bring that page to me.
I have it.
Oh, I pray you believe my story above the lies that my sons have told you.
So there's actually...
Find it in yourself to return that page to me here in Dunny. I could go to Myst and bring justice to my sons for what they've done. I must return to my writing. I pray that you believe me. Please hurry. Bring the page. Bring the page with you.
So there's actually a third bad ending that I forgot about. Is if you can actually link to him without the page, and if you do, he gets really pissed off at you, and he says, "Great, we're both trapped here now. Now neither of us can ever escape, and nobody will ever save us ever again." I completely forgot that that was an option. They really wanted to screw you out of an ending in this game, didn't they? So yeah, if you have the page, then you go in there, and then he can come back out, but he's going to basically leave you there and murder his sons. And you'll come back and the son's book will be burned. Son's books will be burned. So I have the page, so I will get the good ending, I guess. If I had remembered, I probably would have tried to show the other one. Welcome to Denis. This is where... I think it's End of Ages starts. I think you actually start in this area. It's fully in 3D, which is pretty cool. He's sitting at this tiny desk.
Ah, my friend. You return. And the page. Did you bring the page? Ah, give it to me. Give me the page. Please give the page.
Alright.
You've done the right thing.
Is there a mural of his own face on the floor? I don't think so.
I have a difficult choice to make.
That's his linking book back to Myst, and his son stole a page out of it so that he couldn't use it.
My sons have betrayed me. I know what I must do. I shall return shortly.
And now we wait. I can't look at it, can I? I think that's Akinar. I don't remember there being a image of Akinar on the floor, though. That's weird. I don't know what the backstory of Denis is. I thought it was like a huge race of people. The Denis, they're a group of people. So I think this is actually a huge world. He's just trapped in a spot underground. So I think Akinar might have tried to make himself look like a god. So he might have put his face on things. Can't remember exactly. Anyway, he's murdering them right now, so we don't have to worry about that.
It is done. I have many questions for you, my friend. But my writing cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage.
And Riven is about rescuing his wife.
Oh. In reward, I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of Myst. The books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you find your explorations satisfying. You will no longer have my sons to deal with. Oh, and one more favor. I am fighting a foe much greater than my sons could even imagine. At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. Until that point, feel free to enjoy the explorations from my library on Myst. Thank you again.
I remember my dad saying, "Oh, there's gonna be a second game," when he heard him say that. Oh, by the way, it's dude's turn. Yep, Miss Bazoo. Let's go admire the scorch marks where his sons used to be. I think the books are still there, they're just burned. And no, oh no, they're not there at all. Wow, he did more than burn them. He cratered them. Wow. He could have just taken them off and burned them, but he was like, no, I need to annihilate everything in this area. How did he do this? Guess you could say he was pretty serious about murdering. Serious. Anyway. Was there a second game? Yes. There are, what, 8 games? There's Myst, there's Riven, there's Exile, there's Uru, which is kind of a weird game. It's cool, I like it. And there's Revelations. What am I on top of? There's Myst, Riven, Exile, Uru, Revelations, End of Ages. I think that's 7. I think there's 8. I might be missing one. 7 or 8. Yeah, the series went on for quite a while. Exile is really cool. I would enjoy doing a stream of Exile, but that would be a very long multi-part stream. Riven, I really would love to do. I would really love to do the Steam fan remake that was finally done that's playable. I have been wanting to play that for years, so I definitely would really love to do that on a stream. And Riven is one of my absolute favorite games of all time. I love everything about that game. And that is about rescuing his wife, Catherine, who is trapped in Riven, which is kind of a punishment age, I think. I forget exactly what the lore is. It's really cool, though, because they took the concept of Myst and just, like, blew it up a million times. It's, like, the most artistic game ever made. I love it. I love how it's an aside to him, too. Like, he suddenly remembers, oh, you make... Sure to buy the sequel too. Yes. It's so hard to read your text. There's 7 games. Okay. 8 if Myst Online counts. Oh, okay. But is Uru not Myst Online? Was it its own thing? So that's why it's a weird game. It's like, it's also kind of a single player game, but it's weirdly vacant. I like it though. It's fun to run through. But, Riven I love. Exile would be a cool stream. I've never played Revelations. I've always wanted to. Revelations has some really, really, really cool areas. Especially like the side canyon area where it's got the yurt tree house type buildings. Those are really cool looking. End of Ages is alright. It's fun to look at. It's not that great of a game. They get kind of weird after Exile. But I definitely would love to play Riven. Either way, this has been really fun to go through again. I'm glad that I did the stream. I'm glad that it worked out pretty well and that we actually kind of flew right through it. Kind of cheated a little bit just to save time, but it's fine. I'm glad I got to play this today and reminisce about my dad and I playing this back in the day. Still think it's hilarious. When I tested this last night, I went over here, clicked on this, and I read, Catherine, I'm leaving you, and I just broke out laughing. I'm glad you had a stream where you weren't depressed by the You used to the Dark Souls streams. Yeah, that's how they go. It's fine, that's Dark Souls. Myst is considered to be the Dark Souls of adventure games, right? Maybe? I don't know. I loved going to an area and just immediately having a number pop into my head, like 245 and 59 volts. It's like everything is just still there. These beautiful butterflies. This was fun. I really enjoyed this. It's funny because when you know your way through it, this game is so short. But when I was younger, this was like weeks. It took weeks to figure all of this out. Sitting there with a notebook. No internet, really? Well, we had internet, I think. Pretty sure we had dial-up at the time. But yeah, this is 1993. I didn't really showcase a whole lot of stuff because I kind of blew through it, but it was fun to play on my dad's birthday. In memory of him. I really wish I still had all the notebooks that we filled out. But yeah, this was a huge reason I got into game development, just because of all of that. I spent so much time writing all of my own puzzles and world designs and notebooks, and that got me into fiction writing, and I was writing about all these worlds and traveling to these different worlds and places and stuff. And all of it's gone, as far as I know. 93. What a year to not be born yet. Get out of here, you baby. This is for old people. I'm actually the oldest one here still. I'm always the oldest one. This was fun. I'm very glad that I did this. Unfortunately, I need to be awake in like 4 hours to take my brother to work. And I knew I wasn't going to sleep, but I wanted to do this anyway because this felt significant to me. So I wanted to make this happen. So I was like, I'm going to get 4 hours of sleep. It's fine. Whatever. I slept plenty over the weekend. Slept too much. I've obviously got sleep banked up. That's how it works, right? I think it was very sweet. Have a good night. Thank you very much for stopping by again. I'm really happy that you stopped by at the very end and got to see that. That was fun. But thank you to my Secret Steam viewer for helping me as well, and to anybody that stopped by to watch that didn't comment and might watch this in the future. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a future stream. Maybe Riven. Maybe Dark Souls. Good night.